Step 4 of GIS out of the box. Enhancing your base map, enhancing the quality of the state plane zone map where your jobs and your data points reside. There's an incredible amount of data out there. In the past, I paid thousands of dollars to get aerial photographs. I paid thousands of dollars to get USGS quad sheets in the digital format 9-10 years ago. Now it's free, it's downloadable, and we're going to show you how. The screencastings that we go through, we're going to show you the sources, we're going to show you the processes of how to utilize aerial data. We have on our server, we have imagery from 2004 that covers the state of Texas, which is where our sample project we're working on is. We also have imagery from 2008, and we're going to be using the internet to stream in data through the ESRI Resource Center, and we're going to also utilize the internet to show you multiple sites where you can go and purchase data for your project needs. But your base map quality will become alive when you start looking at aerial photos, and we're going to show you some of the same spots over time, at least over a couple of epochs, where that the aerial data has changed. The survey, the earth remains the same, but when you look at the aerial, you'll see how, as a surveyor, aerial information can really help us when we're looking at what's been going on in any particular area. The availability and the quality is almost mind-boggling. When you see what's out there for free, you can only imagine what a small investment would get you. Some of the very dense, high accuracy aerial information is going to cost money, but what we need as surveyors is out there and is pretty much free. With ArcMap and ArcView, you're able to bring in this data and it fits. Speaking of fitting, just a few weeks ago a surveyor called me with the issue of putting an aerial map of a ranch onto a survey that he had worked for a long time getting surveyed. And that was the only thing he needed to do to make the client happy. He had been using GPS, and after asking some more questions, I found out he'd used GPS, but he'd been working on assumed coordinates. No state plane coordinates, no georeferenced survey data, even though he had GPS. So it was pretty simple, because the relationship of all the data points on this big survey, the relationship relative position was correct. It's just it wasn't in the right place on the earth. So by having him calibrate and localize the state plane coordinates, we're able to put that data onto the grid, onto the state plane grid. And he had ArcMap, ArcView, he just never used it. So he stepped him through loading it and stepped him through putting the points into ArcMap. He read in the same ortho photo, and shazam, there was no rubber cheating. There was no twisting. None of that was needed. And I'm not smart enough to understand how the geographic calculation goes on so quickly within this software. But you'll witness it, as well as I have many, many times, on how powerful it is to bring in multiple sources of imagery, and whether it's topographic information, whether it's an elevation model, a DEM, it's just almost unbelievable. You can even bring in live streaming weather to your ArcMap project so that you can see the weather in your area. It's pretty much endless, the resources that you can bring in to ArcMap 9.3.1. So GIS is an incredible tool, and the power of the job prep is going to be greatly enhanced when you have the ability to dress up and to add value and color and texture to the job prep that's going out the door. And the same goes with the deliverables to your client. You can make GIS deliverables that are invoiceable to your clients, that are large aerial maps of large areas that have a disclaimer that state they're not a survey, but they are very, very valuable to the clients who don't have the access to aerial imagery. So enhancing the quality of your base map, step number 4, is going to be shown to you by Rene and myself. I hope you enjoy it. This is step 4. This is where you can really put texture, color, feel, a lot of life and a lot of sizzle to your base map by using data to bring in, starting off with the data that comes with ESRI's software, the culture data. And just exactly what are we going to do on this step, Rene, and where are we working?
Right now, Robert, we've got a data set that's in north central Texas,
okay,
near Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we're going to start off by bringing in some of the data you get with ArcView, which is called Street Map. It's a very, very comprehensive data set that contains roads and railroads and urbanized areas and you name it, schools. It's got landmarks.
Yeah, it's got political boundaries like city limits and things like that I've
county,
seen. Yeah.
County boundaries. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my server. I'm going to go to the Add Data button here.
All right.
And I'm already there. You can see I'm going to hit this hold down here so you can see where I'm at. I'm on my server.
All right.
And I'm in my base data, and I'm in the Street Map 9.3 folder. And under the Street Map _NA folder is where you'll see a Street Map North America layer file.
Right.
And all a layer file is, Robert, it's a set of you can set up a shapefile as a layer file, and what it does, it keeps your symbology, like your color, your annotation, so every time you bring it in, it looks the same way. And that's all a layer file is.
All right.
It basically, you'll see when the data comes in. I'm clicking the Add button here.
All right.
It's going to give me a quick warning. Right now I'm in NAT 83.
Right.
And it's just letting me know that some of this data is in WGS 84. And we're going to go ahead and let that world. It's just a warning.
Okay.
If it was a 2783, we may have did a transformation to convert the data frame.
And the world's turning, and the world quit turning.
The world's turning.
The data's imported.
We've got some center lines there, and we got our points. I'm going to kind of just go down through this, and you can see there's some city points here.
Mm-hmm.
And underneath each one of these is just another set of layers or data or shapefile. And what happens, Robert, is some of these will turn on and turn off as you zoom in and out. When you're zoomed out to the state of Texas, you may just want to see the major highways and the state outline. That's about it. Until you start drilling down like into a neighborhood here where you actually see center lines.
And even the street names will pop up when you get real close, probably, or you can identify button.
I can zoom in here, and all I do is use my little zoom tool. The world's going to turn there. It's working. I realize we're handling a really large data set here.
Right, you're handling the whole United States when you brought that in, weren't
exactly.
You? And there's the street names.
There are the street names.
Great.
And for this application right here, Rob, we got street center lines, and right now we're really not sure what else is out there.
Mm-hmm.
At this level, we're in a neighborhood, and having aerial photos or having topographic data would probably be really cool to have right now. But the first thing I'm going to do is demonstrate that not only does ESRI give data out, so does some of the state agencies within your state, or I know in Texas, TNRIS has a mountain of data.
Right.
And what I'm going to go ahead and do just really quick, I've got a browser up right now.
And TNRIS is an acronym for you guys out there and gals. It's the Texas Natural Resource Information Service or something like that.
Yep.
The TNRIS. And you're Googling now.
I went ahead
right.
and Googled it and I'm going to the TNRIS website.
Okay.
And I'm at their website, and Robert, the TNRIS website, which is the Texas Natural Resources Information System.
All right.
Now I know why they use an acronym. I can click on the data search and download here. And in another state, it may be similar to this, maybe a whole lot different, but most states do have a repository for data, and they just dump it there. You'll pick it by county or some other way, or use it a map and pull some data. See here, I can actually go to the state of Texas. I can click on the map somewhere, or I can just type in a county name here. Actually, lets me pick by quad.